Cleveland Cavaliers vs Chicago Bulls full game highlights, October 9, 2025 NBA Preseason. The Cleveland Cavaliers and Chicago Bulls went head-to-head in a thrilling preseason clash on October 9, 2025, delivering a fast-paced and competitive matchup that had fans buzzing from start to finish. Even though it was only preseason, both teams treated this game like a regular season test, and the energy, intensity, and execution on both sides proved that every player was hungry to make a statement. With stars like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland leading the charge for Cleveland, and Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan carrying the load for Chicago, this showdown felt like an early preview of what's to come in the Eastern Conference this season. From the opening tip, the Cavaliers came out locked in. Donovan Mitchell wasted no time putting his stamp on the game, attacking the rim, knocking down step-back jumpers, and showing off his elite scoring ability. Darius Garland complemented him perfectly, orchestrating the offense with poise while setting up teammates in rhythm. Cleveland's spacing and ball movement were sharp early, allowing Evan Mobley to find easy looks inside. His chemistry with Garland was evident. A quick pick-and-roll led to an emphatic dunk that set the tone. But the Bulls responded quickly. Zach LaVine got into attack mode, blowing past defenders and hitting tough mid-range shots, while DeRozan operated from his favorite spots, hitting his patented fadeaway over tight coverage. The first quarter was a back-and-forth battle. Cleveland's defense, anchored by Jarrett Allen and Mobley, clogged the paint and forced Chicago into tough contested shots. However, the Bulls' second unit provided a spark late in the quarter. Coby White came in firing, hitting 2 quick threes and pushing the pace in transition. By the end of the first period, the Bulls held a narrow 27-26 lead, setting up a competitive tone for the rest of the night. In the second quarter, both coaches experimented with rotations, and that's when some of the bench talent really started to shine. For Cleveland, Caris LeVert brought instant offense. His ability to create off the dribble and finish through contact gave the Cavs a boost. Sam Merrill also knocked down a couple of big shots from deep, stretching the floor and keeping the Bulls' defense honest. On the other side, Patrick Williams showed flashes of aggression, attacking the basket and showing improved confidence in his jumper. With Williams, White, and Andre Drummond on the floor, the Bulls' bench provided the energy needed to keep up with Cleveland's offensive rhythm. Halfway through the second quarter, the game's momentum started to shift. The Cavaliers' defense tightened up, forcing multiple turnovers and turning them into fast break opportunities. Mitchell took advantage, throwing down a thunderous dunk in transition that had the Cleveland bench on its feet. Garland continued to display great floor vision, threading no-look passes that resulted in open threes for Max Strus and Mobley. Chicago countered with DeRozan's veteran presence. He calmly hit back-to-back mid-range shots to stop the bleeding. As the first half closed, both teams exchanged buckets in a flurry of offense, but a late Garland floater helped Cleveland enter halftime with a 56-52 lead. The third quarter began with both teams' stars back on the court, and that's when the action truly heated up. LaVine came out aggressive, draining a deep three and then driving hard for a tough-and-one finish. The Bulls began to find their rhythm, moving the ball crisply and cutting into Cleveland's lead. But the Cavaliers answered every run. Donovan Mitchell caught fire, hitting 3 straight three-pointers in under 2 minutes, bringing the crowd to life and forcing Chicago to call timeout. Mobley's defense continued to be a factor as well. He swatted away multiple shots at the rim, including a highlight reel rejection on Patrick Williams. As the quarter went on, the Bulls' offense began to rely heavily on LaVine and DeRozan, while the Cavaliers' balanced attack helped them maintain control. Garland's ability to penetrate the lane and find open shooters was key, and Strus continued to prove his value as a sharpshooter by connecting from deep. The Bulls' defense struggled to contain the Cavs' pick-and-roll action, leading to several easy baskets for Jarrett Allen inside. The third quarter ended with Cleveland extending their lead to 86-78, but it was clear that Chicago wasn't done fighting. The final quarter delivered all the drama fans could hope for. Chicago opened the fourth with a strong run led by their bench. Coby White and Ayo Dosunmu hit timely shots, while Drummond controlled the glass, giving the Bulls second-chance opportunities. Cleveland's young forward Isaac Okoro responded with tenacious defense and a clutch corner three to stop the momentum. The energy in the arena picked up as both teams traded blows down the stretch. With just under 5 minutes left, the game was tied at 98. That's when the stars took over. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland combined for a beautiful sequence. Garland broke down the defense, kicked it to Mitchell on the wing, and Mitchell buried a contested three. On the next possession, DeRozan answered with a smooth fadeaway jumper to keep the Bulls within striking distance. It became a duel between two elite scorers, each hitting clutch buckets as the clock ticked down. In the final 2 minutes, the Cavaliers' defense made the difference. Mobley came up with a critical block on LaVine's layup attempt, and Allen secured the rebound before finding Garland, who pushed the ball in transition and lobbed it to Mitchell for a powerful slam. That sequence sealed the momentum for Cleveland. Despite a late three from DeRozan, the Bulls couldn't close the gap. Free throws from Garland and LeVert iced the game, and the Cavaliers held on for a 112-106 win in a highly entertaining preseason battle. This game offered a glimpse of how dangerous the Cavaliers can be when their offense is flowing and their defense is locked in. The chemistry between Garland and Mitchell continues to grow, and their backcourt balance makes Cleveland one of the toughest teams to guard in the East. Evan Mobley looked more confident offensively, showing flashes of expanded range and improved decision-making. Jarrett Allen's presence in the paint remains invaluable. He was a defensive anchor all night, altering shots and cleaning up the boards. For Chicago, despite the loss, there were plenty of positives. LaVine looked sharp, showcasing his athleticism and shot creation, while DeRozan reminded everyone that he's still one of the most consistent mid-range scorers in basketball. Kobe White's continued development as a floor general was encouraging, and Patrick Williams' assertiveness on both ends was a good sign for Bulls fans. If Chicago can stay healthy and get steady contributions from its bench, they'll be right in the mix for a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. As the final buzzer sounded, both teams left the court with lessons learned and momentum gained. Cleveland's balanced offense and elite defense helped them secure the victory, but Chicago's resilience and veteran leadership kept things competitive until the very end. While it's only preseason, games like this show just how deep and competitive the Eastern Conference is shaping up to be this year. Final score, Cleveland Cavaliers 112, Chicago Bulls 106. Top performers.